Hey everyone, it's Priestess May from priestessmay.com. So I wanted to go live today because I have a few new things to share with you guys. And I felt like we all needed a message of the day. A lot of us have been feeling, I've been feeling a lot of energy recently. And I feel that we just need a message of the day. Like my guides today were like, you need to go live and you need to go do a message of the day today. The May readings will be up soon. My assistant is working on them. So for any of you guys who are waiting on the May readings, they're coming. I'm sorry that they're so late. I've just been doing a lot of stuff, but it's just I haven't just come on and just chilled with you guys. So I wanted to come on and just chill for a little bit. Like I said, I did the May readings today, so they'll be up soon. So I apologize that they're so late and all that. But I just wanted to come on and do a message today because like I said, I really felt like we needed a message today. It's been kind of a crazy couple of weeks. Just a lot of amazing stuff is happening, but it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of things happening at the same time. But I haven't done a unboxing in a while, so I have a few new things I want to show you guys. So if you want to hang around and hang with me, I have my coffee. Hold on, I gotta show you guys this. Sorry for the close up. I have my coffee. Look at that cool cup. My dad got me that. I had to have coffee today instead of tea. Oh no, I dropped it on my shirt. So I have a few things I want to show you guys that I got. That's a few gifts that I got in the terms of tarot. So I'm going to do a few unboxings and do a message of the day. So the first thing I want to talk about is all of these planetary movements that are happening. Like the new moon is coming up. We have Saturn in retrograde. Hello. We have Jupiter in retrograde, and everybody's freaking out because usually when things are in retrograde, it's like a bad thing, but it really isn't. It's just this stuff just heightens all the amazing things that are supposed to happen for people who are really good people. And we're not used to getting good things sometimes. We're used to kind of, I feel like when you're a really good person that just tries to do their best, you're used to kind of like being taken advantage of and not getting rewarded. But now the universe is trying to reward you and we're trying to sabotage ourselves. I feel like that's what's happening right now. Because I've had so many readings where such amazing people are like, oh, I don't know, like I have these great opportunities coming up, but I feel like they're just too good to be true and I just don't know what to say and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, I get what you're saying. Like I get what you're saying. As a Sagittarius that went through really terrible like 3 years of Saturn retrograde a few years ago, I totally get not really accepting at face value that something's going to go as planned. Always having like a plan B. I get that. I get that a lot. I totally understand that. But at some point, we have to accept that yes, the universe is working for us. And yes, it's our time. It's our time to be good, to do good, to get rewarded for our good behavior, or get what's due to us, because I feel like everything comes with a reward. So like I said, that's why today I feel like everybody just needed to hear, hey, it's gonna be okay. And we're gonna be doing a message of the day. So the first thing I wanted to show you guys is this really cool deck that I got as a gift from a friend. And I don't usually work with the Santa Muerte, but I love how beautiful this deck is. The Santa Muerte, to me, is a being of light. To other people, they feel differently about her, but to me, she's a being of light. Many people know her as the Holy Death. She is a folk saint of Mexico. My friend who is Mexican gave me this gift. She knows that I love like the rose look and all that stuff, and she was like, oh my god, I have to share this Santa Muerte deck with you, so because I know you love decks. And I love it because it's called the Santa Muerte Tarot Book of the Dead. And the fact that she wanted to share this with me, which is something so close to her culture, really meant a lot for me. So I was like, I totally have to do a Santa Muerte video and share it. Another cool thing that I learned the other day, which I'm not quite sure if it's 100% true, was that a lot of the people who have like Arawak Taino blood, there is some scientists that are now finding that some of that nation, Arawak nation, might have actually migrated from the Amazonian, like Mayan and Aztec tribes, and then became the Arawak nation later on. So like they migrated up to the Caribbean. So I'm going to be doing some research on that because I read an article about it. I'm really interested to find out, because if so, then that might mean that if you have Taino blood, you basically have connections to South America as well. So I thought that was really cool. Anyway, I thought it was really awesome. And I'm going to check it out. I'm going to do my research, find out if there's any truth to that. I love the beauty of it all. It's just, I love the way that, like in Dominican Republic, we celebrate the Day of the Dead. We go to the cemetery as well. You know, we honor our dead. For us, it's the Day of the Baron. November 1st, the Day of the Baron. But I love how colorful it is in Mexico. Like, I love how colorful, like, death is not seen as a bad thing. And as a person who was always really obsessed with like the stuff associated with death, like I used to want to like be an archaeologist and study mummies and all this other stuff. Like, I was always the weird one. And then I went to school for forensic like medicine first, and then I switched over to criminal justice, and like I was obsessed with death, okay? And then it so happened that I was a medium as well, which was funny. But I just love how colorful and how I believe in the American culture, we're very afraid of death. But what I love about the Hispanic cultures is that we're not so afraid of them. We more kind of like honor our dead. We honor our ancestors and those who have passed on. So I just wanted to share this with you guys because I believe the Santa Muerte is a beautiful spirit. I've never worked with her personally. I've been tempted to, but I try to stick to my tradition as much as possible, because there's so much in my tradition I have to keep up with. That it's hard for me to keep up with too many other spirits, as much as I do try to, because when I do readings for people who have the Santa Muerte as a guide, she does come through for them and deliver messages. So that's a beautiful thing. So I have interacted with her before, but I just don't work with her in the sense of her being one of my guides. So anyway, moving on. The box is really beautiful. So if you haven't gotten this deck, I suggest that you do. It is by Lo Scarabeo, and I'm probably saying that wrong. And it is called the Santa Muerte Tarot, and it's by Fabio Listrani. It's really beautiful. So that's the outside of the box. And then you have this really cool booklet on the inside when you open it up. It's really cool. I love this brand's attention to detail. It's just really what I would want if I were to have a deck. I would want this attention to detail and how pretty it is. All of their decks are like this. All of their decks are really high quality. At least the ones that I've gotten from them. Very high quality decks. The After Tarot is by them. Mystical Cats Tarot is by them. Oh my god, I have to show you guys the Mystical Cats Tarot, but that's for a different live. A whole bunch of different tarots I have are by Lo Scarabeo. Scarabeo. I don't know how to say it. I want to say scarab, low scarab, because it's a scarab beetle on there, but I might be wrong. So on the inside, you have all these pictures. You have that. You have this picture here, which I think it's beautiful. And you have just a little guidebook just to guide you through the deck. I am hoping for my own deck very soon. I will be making an announcement on that. And you guys may have a chance to help me make it come true. But we'll see. So, but apart from that, I love supporting other decks, and I love picking out decks that I like, because I don't ever really want to give a bad review. But pretty much all the decks that I show on here are decks that I bought for myself, that I love, or that people bought for me. So this is the back of the cards. See? It's so beautiful. Look at the flowers and the skulls. I love the borders. I love that. I feel like that's so culturally appropriate. It feels very culturally appropriate. And then let me not even get into the cards, guys. I would have to get into every single card because the cards are so beautiful. Look at the Queen of Cups. Okay? The King of Cups. Look how cool that is. It's like it's not just like they did the back to make it look like a Santa Muerte. The entire deck. Check out the Emperor. Like, the entire deck is just amazing. How beautiful that is. The Magician. This one made me laugh because it reminded me of a curandero I used to know. Tell me that. That's just so cute. I love this one, the High Priestess. So, the Empress. So it's so in depth. I love it. The Eight of Cups is actually, it's a little sad, but it's so beautiful. And you know, like when something is like beautiful, even though it's like a very gothic sad image, it's just the beauty of it and the detail of it is just amazing to me. It's just honestly, this is probably one of my favorite decks, and that is not even exaggerating. Like, one of my favorite decks. I just love it. Look at this one. This is the Holy Death. She's pregnant there. So what I love about this one, though, is that it does portray death as not just a death, but a rebirth. So every time, the death card in the tarot is all about a cycle dying and something being born. And a lot of the times we get caught up on the ending, the dying of a situation, that we don't realize that that death of that situation actually gives us an opportunity for a rebirth and for a new beginning. And that everything in life is a new beginning. So that is something that I really love about that card. And then you have Temperance. I love that. I will be doing a message of the day today, but if you are wondering about readings, I am doing a Tea and Tarot live party tomorrow, that if you want to be part of that, look on my wall. I have information on how you can ask a question during, ask a question and get a 3-card pull for $21, and it will be live. But you have to submit payment and your question, and then I'll go ahead and pull the cards for you tomorrow, 3 cards, if you would like to be part of that Tea and Tarot party. But today I'm just doing a message of the day. So this is a new way of having the tower, because usually the tower is breaking down, it's burning down, but this one, it's like staircases going down, and it's just really beautiful. So I don't want to give away the whole deck because I want you guys to be surprised when you get it for yourself. So I'm just gonna, ooh, this one's so beautiful. look at that. Look at that. I mean, I love butterflies. To me, butterflies are a symbol or messengers from death. I also believe that cardinals are messengers from death. Ravens and crows are all messengers from the other side. So to me, I love those types of beings. So I don't want to give it all away though, because I want to give you guys a chance to get the deck for yourself and enjoy it and use it, or whatever it may be. This is really cool. That's the image that was in the book. That's pretty cool. 9 of Wands. Now, it's not a deck that I would say would be good for a beginner, because beginners, you know, these have a little bit more of artistic expression in them. I would say start with the Rider-Waite deck, and then get this one as a collector, and then once you become knowledgeable of the deck, then start reading this one, because it is based on the Rider-Waite format, but it has a little bit more expression in it. So if you are a starter, I would say start with that first and then go into the Santa Muerte. But definitely get it, because I don't know how long they'll be publishing this deck for. And it's definitely one of those decks that I would be very sad if I came across it like 10 years from now and I didn't have it in my collection. I'd be like so sad. So that's definitely, oh, the pentacles are cool. So this one is called the Santa Muerte Tarot. The book, it's called the Book of the Dead. So this is definitely, I'm just kind of looking here and seeing, that's a pretty cool one. A little creepy one, but it's pretty cool. For me, it is cool. But one beautiful thing, this deck really reminds me of a beautiful line in the Harry Potter books about when you are at peace with yourself, you meet death like an old friend. And I always, this is going to sound weird, but I've always wanted that peace, and it took me a long time to get to that point, and I'm getting closer and closer. Something's in my eye. And I can tell you, like, it's that line really meant a lot for me when I read those books, meeting death as if it's an old friend, because in reality, death gives birth to us, and death welcomes us back into the other realm, into the spiritual realm. So it's really, for me, it's really like going home at the right time, obviously, when it's time for you to go home. It's not, you know, it's our times come at different times, but I would love, when it is my time, to be able to feel that way, that I am meeting death as if it is my old friend. And that is something that this deck really makes me feel connected to that idea, because it is just something amazing. Just amazing. Alrighty, so let's get, so that I'm not gonna show you the whole deck because we would spend the whole day here, but I have to tell you, you gotta get it. If you haven't gotten it, you should definitely get it. I'm not getting paid to promote this. I just like to share decks. And for any legal reasons, sharing this is protected under the Fair Use Act. Okay, so that's that deck. So before I do the message of the day, I want to show you guys another deck that I got. So this is the Santa Muerte deck by Fabio Listrani. So we will always remember and we shall live, it says on the back. I mean, that you should never be afraid of death, and now I understand why. Yes. So So if you are interested in this, that's what it looks like. Okay. I think I got it. Well, someone got it for me, but I saw the sticker somewhere because I think the price is right on the box. It was on the plastic. I'm not sure how much it is. I'm not selling it. I'm just sharing it with you guys because I love it and I wanted to hang out with you guys tonight. Whoever wanted to hang out with me and look at some decks together. That's really what I'm here for tonight. Tomorrow will be the tea and tarot party, so you guys can join. If you're going to start with a deck, start with the original, which was printed in 1909, I would say, originally. And this is the original. So this is the original Rider-Waite. It's pretty much the most well-known. And most people know about it from that. And I would say learn with this first. And if you are interested in learning how to read the tarot, I'm holding a class. If you haven't heard about it, I have information up about my course that will be coming out next month. So if you want to learn how to read the tarot. So another deck that I got, this is actually an oracle deck that I wanted to share with you guys, especially because it is the new moon is coming. So I wanted to share this deck with you because I thought it was really cool. This one is an oracle deck. This one is called the Queen of the Moon Oracle. And I think it's really cool. It has different faces of the moon and it has messages. I love it's another hard box. I love the hard box. This one is by Rockpool Publishing. The creator is Stacy DeMarco. And it says guidance through lunar and seasonal energies. We might be related, Dina. Yes, I do use Spanish reading cards for readings. That's actually the first ones that I learned, but then I turned to tarot and I became addicted to tarot, and I haven't used them for other people in a while, but I do use them for myself and family and friends and things like that. But I do use the playing cards as well for reading purposes. I might start offering those readings again in a few months. And I also do dice readings, dice and domino readings for anyone who's interested in that. But they're going to be back in a few months. They're not available right now. So let's see. So I opened up the box. I just want to show you guys, this is the guidebook. It's a pretty normal guidebook. As you can see, it's pretty big. And it's got messages on the inside with the card. What I do like is that it's in color and not just in black and white. Whereas like when you get the Rider one, it's the original one. It's your first one or one of the first ones. So the booklet is in black and white. So it's not as intricate as the newer decks are. But I love these. So, and then this is the back, which I find amazing. So, I love that. It's really pretty. And then you just have different messages based on the moon goddess. It's like really pretty. It's very connected to the moon. This is a great deck, I think, to read around major moon cycles. And if you want to get it, it's called the Queen of the Moon Oracle. And this is great too, like if you're not fully able to really read tarot. This is not tarot, this is oracle decks. So this is more about receiving just a message for yourself. So it's not as intricate or as you having to learn how to read the particular deck. This one actually just tells you what it means in full message, so you can kind of just read it for yourself. It has little messages at the bottom. So it's really beautiful. Yeah. I like these. Yeah, it's called Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacy DeMarco, if you're looking to purchase it. Again, I'm not being paid for this. I'm just doing this as I'm doing a review of it, which is protected under the Fair Use Act. I have to say that because someone told me I might get in trouble. But yes. So, alrighty. So, I didn't show you guys the full deck because, again, I want you guys to get it for yourself and connect with it yourself and see how you feel. But this is my favorite card out of this deck. It's like just the way it looks is really cool. It's really cool. Oh, all right, I lied. This is probably one of my favorites too. Alrighty, so let's do the message of the day. Let's go ahead and see what the message of the day is today. So I'm thinking I'm thinking, should we do a message out of the Santa Muerte deck? Or should we do a message out of the Oracle deck? Or should we do a message out of both? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Both, or Santa Muerte, or the Moon Oracle? I'm gonna let you guys vote on that. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? The Moon, both. Okay, I'm getting both. The Moon, Santa Muerte, both. Okay, well, I'm gonna do both then. I think both won. All right, the Santa Muerte one is really calling to me, so I have to do the message out of here first, and then I will pull a Moon one. Okay, let's see. What message is there for the collective, for us, from the guides of light today? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Ooh. I'm like afraid to shuffle them because I don't want to mess them up. Because my one deck that I use a lot, the poor thing, it's like, it looks like it's been with me for 100 years because it's so used. Oops. Oh no. I spilled coffee. Okay, I gotta clean that up. All right, let's take a look and see what the message is from the divine for us. The Nine of Wands. I'm going to pull them all and then I'm going to go over what I think they mean for us. The Two of Cups. The Page of Cups. I like that. The Seven of Swords. Seven of Wands. The Fool. I like that. I like the way that's rolling. I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee first for my ancestors, because I have an ancestor here that wants coffee. All right, let's take a look. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the One of Wands. All right, I have a feeling I know what this message is about. Okay, so the first card we got was the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands has a pretty, a bit of a solemn message, okay? So the Nine of Wands is all about, you've been working hard, you've been fighting for it, you've been going with the flow, you've been trying to figure out what the messages are, what your guides are trying to say, but you're not quite sure why things aren't really going the way you expect them to, okay? And the Nine of Wands is kind of the way that our guides tell us not to give up, okay? So the Nine of Wands is a symbol of not giving up before it's over. So the race is not over yet, Okay, there's still a little bit of leg left to the race. So all of these people are walking towards some sort of destination, but some of them want to give up. Some of them don't have anything, like you can see it in their faces, okay, that they kind of feel like maybe this isn't going where I thought it was going to go. Maybe this isn't really where I'm supposed to be. And I feel like this has a lot to do with relationships right now. So whoever it is that really needs this message, it's about relationships, it's about love, it's about finding the one, finding that soulmate, okay? But I feel that it's really important to realize that our soulmates are not just romantic people, are not just romantic partners. Our soulmates can be people that we meet along the way that we feel so drawn to that it feels like they get us to the core, okay? And it could be people that are our best friend and or our sibling, and we have such a strong bond with them that it makes us feel like a part of our soul is there. It's another piece of us. So not always, I feel that the reason why we're always disappointed with not getting that soulmate answer, when are we going to meet our soulmate, is because we always expect our soulmates to come in a romantic form, okay? And sometimes we want to meet our soulmate, our romantic soulmate, before we're ready to meet our romantic soulmate. And I feel that when we're not ready to meet our romantic soulmate, we can damage them, because we all have healing we have to do. We all have fears and insecurities, and sometimes this is why I feel like a lot of people who are great couples sometimes don't make it, because they maybe met too early and maybe met before they were ready to uplift one another rather than dragging each other down. So it's really important. What I really feel that this message is saying is to reflect and have hope, okay? But also to realize that in order for you to find your soulmate, you have to have something to bring to the table besides your pain, besides your insecurities and the betrayals from previous relationships, okay? It's about also finding your purpose first before we're so ready to commit to something that is long-term. Finding your purpose. I feel like there's a lot of people dealing here with someone who is a water sign. So this water sign could be a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. And this water sign has really been causing maybe a lot of problems or a lot of insecurities in you, and making us feel like, what more could we possibly do? Or you're a water sign and you're feeling like there's really not much else you can do. You've done everything you could possibly do. You've given everything you could possibly give. But at this point, I feel that our guides are saying here that if we just allow ourselves to share the love that we have within ourselves, and to try to shed the fear, to try to shed the disappointments and the insecurities from previous relationships, that we will be able to find a better way, okay? Because here, the Nine of Cups is all about not giving up before the race is over. And then the Two of Cups, to me, is a symbol of change. It's a symbol of soulmates finding one another. I love that these two are pouring into each other, because that's what a soulmate is. A soulmate is someone who pours into you and you pour into them. But in order for you to pour into someone else, you have to have a cup full to pour out of, okay? And that cup cannot be empty. So your cup has to be full and their cup has to be full of blessings in order to pour those blessings into one another. And that is what this card is really about. It's about also, for those of you who have been wanting, for those of you who have been like, I've worked on myself, I've done all the healing, now I'm just waiting. Now I just feel like I'm waiting. I feel like you're not going to be waiting much longer. It's going to be coming soon, but you just have to Give it a little bit more time, because everything always comes in the time that you need it, not in the time that you want it, okay? I find that when we receive everything we want instantly, like instant gratification, we don't value it as much in the end, and we are quicker to give up on it when we have it than when we don't have it right away, when it's a little bit more waiting, okay? Now, there's also here the Seven of Swords, which tells me that some of you feel betrayed. Some of you feel like there's no hope because maybe you've been dealing with somebody who cheats a lot. Someone who's like constantly going out on you, and you're just like not understanding, like, why is this person not realizing that they have something great and they're going out on me, and they're just sabotaging themselves, because that's really what they're doing, because in the losing of you, they're sabotaging themselves, okay? And if you are the cheater, you're sabotaging yourself. Look deep in yourself and reflect. Here it says reflect. Hope, reflect, as he comes out of this coffin. Reflect on why you're sabotaging yourself, if you're the type of person that is sabotaging yourself, okay? Because a lot of the times we sabotage ourselves because we don't think we're worth it. We push people and we push people and we push people, whether you're the cheater or the other side. Evaluate why this person is sabotaging themselves and have an open, honest conversation with them. You know why this person is sabotaging themselves. Thank you, Smithy. You know why this person is sabotaging themselves. Does this person have abandonment issues? Does this person feel like, were they told as a child, like, you're not worth it, you're not pretty, you're fat, you're this, you're that, you're not enough, okay? Did this person go through childhood traumas that they're carrying with them into adulthood and subconsciously recreating the behavior that they were taught to recreate as a child? That's why I think it's so important to get to know your partner before you marry someone. Get to know them. Get to know the bad parts that they went through, because until you know all of the dark, deepest things that someone has gone through, until you know the darkest thing that a person is capable of, you don't really know a person. You don't really know that person, okay? My mom used to say, the nicer the person, the darker the shadow, okay? Because when we have dark, dark shadows behind us, when we feel like we're not enough, when we feel like we have to get validation from others, when we feel like no matter what we do, we can't do what makes other people like us, our shadows are growing darker and darker and darker behind us. And what we do is we put on a mask. We put on this mask that everything's okay. We put on this mask that we are happy and that we're, let me do for you, so we can avoid dealing with that shadow that's telling us behind our backs, like, you're not good enough. You're whatever it is that you tell yourself, whatever those lies are that we tell ourselves that are not true. Those are the reasons why we sabotage ourselves. And when we have a good relationship, I have met the most beautiful, and I hate to say this because not all men cheat. It's not about all men cheating. Men and women cheat. We both do it, and we both do it for different reasons. But I've met the most kind-hearted, the most beautiful men in my spiritual practice. Men that are so strong, but yet they are so full of pain, okay? And this pain, when they are finally able to get cleansing and they're finally able to release it, it's like a little boy is just crying. And a lot of people never see that part of a man. And I'm so grateful because I've been able to be blessed enough to be able to see a man be comfortable enough, because I am a spiritual healer and because I am a spiritual teacher, and I give them a safe space to say, I don't feel strong. I don't feel like I can do anything right. I don't feel like I can do anything but X, Y, and Z. for anybody. And then I'm also being asked to be a father and a husband and all these things that I don't have the capability of being. And then flip it to the other side. Also, a lot of women, we put so many other people and other things ahead of ourselves so that we can avoid dealing with the deep stuff. So we can avoid dealing with the stuff that, you know, maybe we were told as a kid, or we were told, you know, you're never going to be a good mom, or you're never going to make you know, you're never going to be pretty enough, you're not going to be skinny enough, you're never going to wear, you know, whatever it is. We put a lot of things ahead of ourselves to avoid dealing with those things. So I know I'm getting a little deep right now, so I apologize, but it wasn't me, it was the cards, okay? the Santa Muerte is just like pouring through me. I don't know what's going on here. But I feel this deeply, okay? I feel this deeply. I feel like a lot of people are walking around feeling like they're living in a coffin and the nails aren't even in that coffin. And we just stay in that coffin willingly because we don't want to face what we have to face in order to heal, to get better, and to build the relationships that we need to build with other people. Now, I never tell anyone try to fix anyone else, because the only person you can heal is yourself, and then through that ripple effect, you can help others. So if you're healing yourself and you're making sure you're good, then that ripple effect will affect those around you. And because what happens is when you're vibrating on a different vibration, you force people to elevate their vibration, or they leave your life because they can't handle it. So they either have to elevate it to match your vibration, or they're like, you know what, I don't like so-and-so because now she thinks she's too good for me. No, we're just on a higher vibration here. And either you're going to meet this higher vibration and we're going to talk about things rather than gossiping about other people, or we're just not going to have a relationship. You get what I'm saying? Because you can't forever have a relationship with someone where all you do is just talk and put down others, because that's the only thing you have in common. Okay? So that is one of the things. Whether it's a friendship, whether it's a romantic relationship, really think like, what we have in common right now, is that going to be something that can be elongated throughout our whole lifetime? Is that, and not just kids, because kids don't keep people together. I'm talking about your core, what you guys love to do. Is that something that you can extend for a lifetime before you commit to someone, before you say that person's my twin flame, that person is my ride or die? Do you know if that person is capable of murder? Are you okay with the fact that that person's capable of murder? You know what I'm saying? Like, be knowledgeable. That, let's not be so quick to because a lot of times we jump into relationships because we want to be loved, and then when that person shows us who they are, we're like, bah, I can't believe this is who you are. But you were so quick to want to be loved and to want to have that attention from that person that you ignored all of the red flags from the beginning. This person told you. The people will tell you within the first 3-4 times of meeting them who they are. Okay? They don't have to say anything. You just have to observe how they behave with other people. If they disrespect their mother, they will disrespect you. If they disrespect their family, or if they disrespect their father, let's say vice versa. If it's a woman and they disrespect their father, they're gonna disrespect you as a husband. If vice versa, if they disrespect their mother, they're gonna disrespect you as a wife. And then don't be surprised when this person does this to you, or when this person says, you know what, I'm gonna leave everything on your hands and just dip out. So be aware. Seven of Wands. So Seven of Wands is all, whoever this person is that is feeling like you're being betrayed, you're being cheated on, whatever that is. Take a deeper look. The guides are telling me that you're stronger than you think you are. Really evaluate whether this relationship is worth staying in, or whether you're worth pursuing something more, because a lot of the times we settle for what we have because we are afraid that we won't get something better. And for as long as you have that mentality, that's going to be your truth, because we create our future. So when we read the tarot, there are possible futures based on your mindset and based on the energy you're in that moment. Now, if you were to shift your mindset or your energy, then the future shifts, because the future is a constant. It's a couple different paths that you can choose from, but you're the one who makes the choice based on what energy you're living on and what mindset you have, because that is what ends up making it worth it, or makes it change. Because the Seven of Wands here is a symbol of overcoming obstacles. It's a symbol of feeling like, oh my God, I'm lost in the forest, but finally seeing a little bit of that path and getting back into the path that you're supposed to be on. Okay. The last card here is the Fool, and I forgot to put the Page of Cups. So that's the last cards besides the bottom of the deck. I feel like there's a few messages here today. My cat is trying to be on camera. This is all about share your love. When we have our own thing going on, we don't have time to look at other people. We don't have time to worry about what other people are doing. We don't have time to worry about what Cindy's doing, because we got us. We have to worry about us. We are like, okay, we're focused on us. We're making our own magic there, stirring up our own honey. Maybe making some honey jars, maybe making some sugar jars. But so we don't have time to deal with the drama that is in other people's lives, okay? So that is a little bit of advice there, that if you do feel like there is some issues in your relationship right now, focus on your relationship and focus on how you can make the relationship work, rather than projecting onto other people. And don't be afraid to look inward and see where you might need to shift something. Shift either a mindset or what you tolerate, because people will do to you what you tolerate from them. If you tolerate cheating, the person will continue doing it. If you tolerate disrespect, or you tolerate people calling you outside your name, they're going to continue doing that to you. Let me tell you, there's nobody that's going to call me outside my name, because the first time somebody calls me outside my name, you'll get a warning. The second time, you'll get the boot. So you have to reevaluate what you tolerate from others, because when you tolerate it, they'll continue doing it. It's like when you're a kid, like my cat, for example. She sits down because she was jumping up and down. I put her down, and she realized if I don't sit down and I don't sit still, my mommy's gonna put me down on the floor again, and I want to sit here with her. So she knows what I tolerate. Animals know what you tolerate. If your dog knows that you tolerate them chewing your shoes, they're gonna continue doing it. But if they know that there's gonna be a consequence, they won't do it anymore. So that's the thing. It's about consequences. Every action has to have a consequence. All right, and then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Wands, which is all about taking action. Okay, so the Ace of Wands tells us if we just take action, everything that we have wanted will come to be. Things will shift the way we want it to shift. And I forgot to talk about the Fool, which we had here as well. And the Fool is simply just about taking a risk of faith, So if you feel like you want to leave this relationship, but you're afraid to leave the relationship because you're afraid not to find someone new, the Fool tells you take a risk of faith and take action and trust, and things will work out. You're not gonna die without this person. Okay, so that is what those cards are telling you. So if that's what your intuition is telling you as well, I'm just validating your intuition. So that is the message of the day. Hope that made sense. And let's go ahead and do the oracle message. Let's see what the Moon Oracle has to say for us today. My cat is dying to play with the box, but she's like trying to behave. Okay, the Oracle deck fell. One. Okay. The blue moon. So it's the blue moon. And it says the unexpected. So I'm not going to read it out of the book. I'm just going to do what my intuition tells me. So based on what we've been hearing today from the tarot, I would say that this is a message to expect good things. Expect the unexpected. Okay, so if there's something that you would have never thought was going to happen, this message is saying to you, expect the unexpected. Expect that thing that you thought would never happen, that maybe you thought you would never find your soulmate, or you thought you would never open your own business, or you thought you would never, I don't know, become a millionaire, hit the lottery, whatever it is, expect it to happen. I'm not saying you're going to win the lottery. I'm just saying expect it. Expect the unexpected to happen. Things that you never thought could possibly happen for you. Maybe have a little faith. Maybe light a candle. Maybe say a prayer. Maybe do that interview. Maybe go and get that loan. Okay, whatever it is, expect the unexpected, that you are going to be covered and that the path is going to be open to you. What I love on this card is that these women are wearing these skirts here that kind of remind me of the skirts of the female initiates in the African spirituality. And there's a path walking down there. And what that makes me feel really good, because I have heard a lot of people that after they get initiated, and this happened for me as well, that after our initiations, it's like a new life, okay? And like the path has opened up for ourselves. So maybe there's something spiritual that you need to find, something that you didn't expect in the spiritual realm that you will find, that will make any situation you've been through seem so small compared to the blessings that are laid ahead of you. Okay? So I would say take this new moon to release anything you don't want to bring with you anymore. I give you permission, okay? Because a lot of people, we feel like we need permission from others. We need permission from our family. We need permission from our mother, who's going to criticize our whatever it is we do, you know, if we stay or if we go, our friend, our best friend, our sisters, our brothers, whatever it is, whoever it is that you're asking for permission for, I'm giving it to you on behalf of them to go for it. Trust me, you're never gonna regret growing. It's gonna feel scary before you grow, but after you grow, it's gonna be like, why did I stay in that cage with the door open my entire life? Like, what? Like, why did I not just walk through that door? That door was open the whole time. Why didn't I just walk through it? Like, what is wrong with me? That's what you're gonna feel when you just say, you know what, I'm gonna stop making excuses and I'm just gonna let myself grow. I'm just gonna let myself grow, and whatever happens, happens. And you know what? Things are gonna be taken care of, because when you have this faith, I feel that when you live in faith, no matter what it is that you believe in, when you live in faith, things just, the universe just like, you know, so-and-so is expecting this and I don't see it, so I'm going to put it there for them. Okay? So you have to look past whatever political things are telling you that you can't do it, whoever is telling you you can't do it, whoever is telling you, whatever it is that's telling you that you know, somehow you're not going to be able to make it because of your race or your gender or your color or your sexual orientation or whatever all those things are. You're not going to be able to be happy because of whatever those things are, that we somehow think it's okay to separate ourselves. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, when we get cut, we all bleed red. So let's go for it. Let's do it. Let's do this together. And let's also not put each other down. Let's raise each other up. Because I find in what I do that so many of us do harm to one another because we think that person is to blame for him not choosing us. And I'm gonna say him because it's a lot of us girls, but it's a lot of boys too, a lot of guys and girls. So I'm gonna say it. we put each other down because we think that it's that other person's fault that this person isn't choosing us. But we have to look at the person that's actually not choosing us and looking at them and say, what's wrong with you that you're not choosing me? Not what's wrong with that other person. Because what happens is that I'm realizing more and more is that other person ends up getting blamed and then ends up becoming your enemy, and we send so much negative energy that way. And a lot of people attack a lot of people, and I do so many cleansings that have to do with people attacking other people over a third person who is just kind of sitting back and fanning themselves and laughing at the fact that these two people are fighting over them. And that's what we don't understand, is that third person enjoys putting you in that situation where you have to feel like you're fighting for them with someone else. So you're better than that. I just have to say that to you. You're better than that. You are better than that. And if no one ever has told you that before, you're better than that. All right, my dears, thank you for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed the message of the day. And if you wanted to join tomorrow for questions, if you wanted to join tomorrow and do a one question with me, it is $21 for the tea and tarot party that I'm doing tomorrow. It's going to be live. It's basically going to be me sipping tea while we do tarot together. And so it will be a 3-card answer. So if it's not something I can answer with 3 cards, keep in mind that might not be the question that you want to ask. So if you want to join that, all of the information on how to join is in my stories. You can send the $21 and your question to either paypal.me/priestessmay or my Cash App, which all that information is in my stories and on my wall post about it. It's going to take place tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It will replay for 24 hours if you are not able to make it live. I will just say your username, whatever username you put that you want to be called, and your question, and then I'll answer your question during the live, and then I'll post a replay for you to be able to see it. So that is all that I have for you today. If you would like to book a private reading with me, you can do so on priestessmay.com. And any other services that I have to offer, you can book a consultation for any spiritual or conjure services. And the pre-enrollment for the tarot class will start on May 15th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to join the class, I have decided to extend it to a few more students than I originally expected because I've had so many requests. But it will be taking place the 5th through the 9th of June, and pre-enrollment will start on May 15th. Many blessings, and thank you for joining me. Mwah. Bye.